Hello, beautiful ladies. This is Liisa here, and today I wanted to take some time to talk to you about something very close to my heart and something that probably may be close to your heart as well. We collected from our community in the past days some questions related to the topic of femininity and Tantra, and specifically the teachings of Tantra for women and what are the main aspects there, and main benefits, and who are those teachings meant for. So I have here in my phone a few of these questions that we've selected for today. I'm gonna read the question and then just give my insight, my experience, my thoughts on that topic. So let's see. So the first question that was selected here for me was, or is, the following. What is the main challenge modern women are facing? Oh wow, this is a big topic in itself, I think. So I believe, my feeling is, from my own experience, from just observing around, from talking to women all around the world, that not surprisingly, one of the main things that we women are facing is there's a lot of stress and demand on our daily life. And this is causing overall a kind of a lockdown in itself, not the lockdown of COVID only, but the lockdown of our soul, I would say, a lockdown of our feelings and of our true essence. Because so much bombardment from the outside world and so much stress which is there, just you cannot be relaxed. You need to be kind of on guard almost all the time. So this is definitely something which is a challenge. It is a challenge for me as well from time to time, sometimes more, sometimes less. But it is also something which is, suppresses the feminine way of being as well, if you need to be on guard constantly. Another challenge that I feel women have, actually men have it as well I think, but women have, is a kind of a sense of feeling unsatisfaction when it comes to love. Feeling not enough love, feeling kind of lack of love. And one of the contributors, in my opinion, to this is that we are just so bombarded with all sorts of stimulations constantly. Like we would rather flip through our phone than have one-on-one dinner conversation with a friend or a partner, How many times have you noticed yourself, like you are walking through a restaurant or some bar or a lounge or just meeting with family and friends, and the phones are so close, it is so tempting to go flip through things and so on, and the human interaction becomes less and less. And this affects us in intimate relationships as well. This affects us as women and can very easily make us feel a lack of love, lack of intimacy, lack of closeness, which again starts shutting us down. They tend to be very, very emotional. This is, a cliché sentence, right? That women are always emotional and so on. It is partially true. It's because of our psychology and our energetic build-up is different compared to men. And we talk about that a lot in the Tantric teachings for women and why it is like that. But in modern day I feel it is especially challenging because of, again, a lot of the stresses, a lot of the inner soul-related lockdown that we are feeling because of the environment. Plus, a lot of the times the kind of food that we are eating, the kind of lifestyle that we have is not really conducive to health, to being vibrant, to being nourished, even physically, mentally, emotionally. And all of this is adding to all of these pressures and challenges that we women can face in modern day. And accumulatively, all of these challenges are doing many things, but one thing in particular, they inhibit this true connection that we can have with our feminine nature. It is a deep, deep gift to be feeling connected to your femininity, and it is something that is very nourishing in our daily life. And if that connection is not fully there, it is very challenging to be feeling happy, to be feeling fulfilled, to be feeling loved, and all these things. So these are definitely the challenges that I can think of, I have seen, and I have experienced myself to a degree in different phases of my life. And this is something that for me, Tantric teachings especially have helped with a lot. Let's go to question number 2. How do you define femininity? Wow, this is a big topic, exciting topic. I would start by saying that femininity, from my perspective, consists of 2 elements mainly. On one hand, femininity is made up of concepts such as receptivity, such as softness, such as intuition, such as integration, also erotic power. But on the other hand, femininity definitely also includes aspects which often are kind of neglected or not associated with femininity at all, actually associated more with masculinity. And these are aspects of strength, certain verticality, concentration, stability, self-sufficiency, emotional self-sufficiency foremost, I would say. And from the Tantric perspective, and from my perspective as well, femininity has 2 sides. And in order to benefit from something that we can call complete femininity in Tantra, these both sides would need to be present. Otherwise, it's very easy to drift away towards one side or only, or the other way again. And this is often that I see in modern day with a lot of ladies out there, that they may be very strong in one of the parts of the femininity, such as maybe more the intuition, the softness, the flowing kind of a thing, and then others are much more strong with being, dominant, being strong, being in charge, and so on. But what is missing is the middle path. What is missing is how to combine these 2 together in an integrative, harmonious, beautiful, amazing way. And this is something that I learned a lot about in Tantric femininity teachings, because I was tending to go, I would say, more to this side and less to this side. And it took me a while to understand and to kind of learn to appreciate also this more intuitive, flowy, and the softer side. And once I did learn that, okay, it took me some time, but once I did learn that, and once I started to also value this side a lot changed for me. And this is something I would wish for every woman out there as well. So, let's see what was the next question. In the meantime, I wanted to show you a baby coconut. That's how it looks like before it grows to be this big. Just found it on the sand here. So, the 3rd question is, how has Tantric knowledge contributed to you as a woman? Well, one of the things that pops into my head as a first answer is that it has made my mind much more focused and concentrated. It has made the feminine expression that I manifest from a kind of an unconscious into a much more conscious way. Like, it is governed with awareness, and that means that the choices that I make in my life, whether it is connected to personal life, whether it's connected to my work and different things that my life consists of, that there is much more consciousness there and much less random types of choices, so much less choices which may be governed by fluctuating emotions or feelings, and much more, as I said, this mental clarity. And that is extremely valuable. I know that when I say that for some ladies it may feel as if, oh, but there's already so much mentalness and so much of this, of being in charge, and all I need is actually just to relax and, let go and go with the flow. And I understand this challenge a lot. And this comes exactly from this dissonance between the two sides of femininity that I was describing earlier, that some of the ladies are too much on the yang side and others too much on the yin side, and then you feel like, so much is missing, the balance is missing, that you are so much longing for letting go and relaxing and so on. So I understand that, but I have found that the most strong and most balanced way of being a strong woman and being a feminine woman is always combining these two and being in the center. Like, we can say that being a bird which has two equally developed wings, and then you can fly anywhere you want. So finding a balance as a woman in different situations of life is what tantric femininity and the teachings for women in Tantra has given me a lot. And by the way, this translated a lot into how I was approaching relationships as well, and relationships with men. I had to learn a lot how to be a woman in the relationship, and sometimes I still struggle with that. But again, this balanced feeling, or the balanced state, is what brings me actually most fulfillment and most joy, and I'm so grateful for that. So let's move to the next question that I have here. Which tantric teachings for women you apply every day? Oh, wow. I would like to focus on two things here. One of the perhaps most relevant one, well, actually maybe not most relevant one, just one which is very important. The other is also important. Anyhow, number one is teachings about control of energy and sublimation, and basically actual practical techniques, how when you are feeling challenged, when you feel emotionally down, when you feel somehow cornered, when you feel a lot of stress and it starts kind of wearing on you, then there is a lot of self-help tricks and techniques that you can do to uplift yourself, to change the circumstances, to change your emotional state, to become mentally more strong, more centered, and just more stable. So there are yoga techniques, there are other techniques coming from other tantric fields as well, meditations, and these I am using on a daily basis depending on a particular need. So a second topic from the tantric teachings for women is definitely to do with sexuality, tantric sexuality. And over here I can, with full power and confidence, say that the sexual expression that I manifest now is so much different than what it was before I started with Tantra. Like, so much different. It's almost night and day. And that has increased my levels of pleasure, the levels of intimacy that I can feel with a partner, the levels of playfulness and joyfulness and just fun that I can experience in intimate situations, and this is priceless. This is just so beautiful, and I'm extremely grateful for that, for Tantra, for bringing this into my life, for all of these teachings and knowledge that Tantra gives to a woman. It's amazing. So let's see what's the next question. Which women are the tantric teachings meant for? Well, these are women who want to grow, women who want to experience more pleasure and freedom, women who want to be vibrant and strong, and women who want to have actually skills and knowledge and practical skills how to handle any situation that comes your way in life, whether it's in private relationships, in business, in spirituality, everything. And let's see what is the last question here today. What does femininity have to do with spiritual evolution? Well, this is a great question. Tantric teachings are very different from most of the spiritual traditions out there. Namely, from a tantric perspective, whether you are born as a man or a woman, because of the certain attributes that you have which are unique to you, as a woman you have certain advantages, certain tools that you can use for your spiritual enhancement, and as a man you have other tools and aspects that you can use for your spiritual advancement. And because of these certain differences, this is exactly actually a foundational reason why Tantra is including separate secret teachings for women and separate secret teachings for men. And this is where the Ultimate Tantric Woman course and training that we offer in Somananda Tantra School is stemming from. This is a course and the teaching which is touching upon all of these different topics that I have covered so far, and it goes very deep into those feminine attributes that we have available to us and that we can use for our evolution on every field of life, and especially including spirituality. There is so much joy, there is so much gifts and treasures and spiritual diamonds, I would say, which are available to us ladies, and it would be such a waste not to use them, such a waste not to cultivate those aspects, those tools. And that's what we are going to do in the Ultimate Tantric Woman course. So I hope that with these question answers I was kind of bringing a bit of enthusiasm into your lives and sharing from my experience, having been in Tantra for over 10 years, and perhaps I could inspire you to look into the Tantric teachings of women and to join me in the Ultimate Tantric Woman's course starting very soon. So there's a lot of treasures, ladies, to be discovered. Join me.